Good folks, here's the intro for the next video. Still trying to play catch up, but hopefully I'll get back into it. Anyways, here's the first film. Here's a short called Timber. A bunch of logs are trying to stay behind around a fire, and then they started fighting and the big log started putting the other logs in the fire to burn. Yeah. And the moral of the story is, to survive, you need to be a dick to your friends and sacrifice them to make fire. Obviously, I'm joking. I really admire the sound design in this. The way the logs laugh and the snow in the background and the fire crackling all just adds to the atmosphere. The animation is nice. I like the grainy texture in the backgrounds. That just adds to the atmosphere and the visuals. The final shot is really sad, though the rest of the shot is really good. Yeah. Overall, despite its simple premise and not much going on, it's effective in the way it tells the story and makes you just go in shock when the logs betray each other. The director of this film was asking people on Instagram to review the film before it goes into premiere, and I'm pretty sure it is premiering right now. So here's some more publicity to you. Death to Happiness. This is a self-made indie film where the director made this entirely by himself. I've already reviewed this on Instagram, and I will say it is really good. The main praise I can give is that the sound design is excellent. It truly makes you feel you're trapped within someone's unstable psyche, and you understand the trauma one is going through. I really enjoy it. I really respect this guy for making this entirely on his own. It really shows that he has passion for creating surreal feeling stories, and it shows in the final project. There's so much passion within this. It's simplistic in nature, but the complexity within it, with so many of the films, just adds to the tension, just adds to the atmosphere, just adds to so much of it. The visuals, whilst very simplistic and not on the same tier as like top VFX studios and all that, is really well done. Again, it's just such passion. It's very interesting, and it really grips into you, and it's just so compelling. And whilst I do think it's a very well told indie passion project, and I was hooked throughout, it's a film that you need to remain active throughout in order to understand it. Which for me, I did get lost a few times wondering what was going on, or trying not to fall asleep. Though I did watch this whilst about an hour before I went to sleep, and I was getting a bit tired then, so that's just on me. Yeah. I did not find this boring, not in the slightest. But much like how I struggled to stay consistent with like The Hobbit or 1984, I struggled to remain consistent with this. Yeah. And whilst this is a film I can just get over with in like an hour and 10 minutes, that's how long the film was. Unlike a book where this took me about a year to read, but that's mainly because I was inconsistent with all that. I'll put that back up in a sec. Yeah. It is definitely a hard film to watch and understand. And even then, I wasn't sure entirely what was going on. I mean, spoilers, what's up with the tree? What's that all about? What does the ending mean? What does anything happen? Why is he doing this over a typewriter? But overall, it is a very, very good, well-made project. I did enjoy this, and I definitely think this is a well-made film. And I really hope this gets into film festivals, because this needs to be seen by so many more people. It's so good. The Little Mermaid. This film has the best soundtrack in any Disney film. Do not argue with me. It is true. You know it to be true. Howard Ashman did some 10 out of 10 banger songs. Every single song is incredible, and this is the best soundtrack that Disney has ever put out. I will not be arguing it. It is true. Do not try. Though I will say the closest is probably Hunchback or The Lion King. But no, it's this one. Every single song in this film, they all deserve Oscars. and one of them did deserve an Oscar. So that's how great. That's how much I need to praise these songs. Yeah. Yeah, something I realized when watching this film is that this has the most personality in it, in its animation, from the film, from the films of the Disney Renaissance. That is, it has the most personality out of all of them when it comes purely to its animation. Every other film, it has its stunning backgrounds and character animations that's really good. In this film, however, the way the shadows bend over the characters and the light projecting on the frames and the other characters gives it a pop like no other Disney film post Little Mermaid has ever done. I mean, this film was the last Disney film to be traditionally animated before it was transferred over to 2D digital. And it really shows. There's so much personality within each individual frames that you just long for it to return. I mean, sure, The Lion King is incredible and Beauty and the Beast is beautiful, but there's just something about The Little Mermaid that it just stands on a league of its own. And I think it's the most beautiful film. It's one of the most beautiful Disney films I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot considering I've had and I will endlessly praise Bambi and Snow White for being some Sistine Chapel's level of beauty that art could ever get. Yeah. The characters are just so charming and likable. The character arcs that were done in this is really well done. It might not be my favorite Disney film overall, nor from the Renaissance, but I honestly believe it's a top 5 most beautiful looking Disney films that has ever been created by this amazing animation studio. I need to reiterate that the songs are peak and the animation has so much personality. Anyways, you know why this film is incredible. We all love you. We all love this film, and we all love Howard Ashman's work. Again, we did not deserve him. We did not deserve him. Also, Under the Sea is the best Disney song ever. I will never try to think otherwise. Under the Sea is the best Disney song, or at least it's my favorite. As of the time I'm recording this on a Saturday night, I've watched 2 films today, and I'll probably watch another film tomorrow. So who knows? I'll cut in here to say whether or not I have. Anyways, the first film out of the 2 is Shrek 2. The Shrek films, or at least the 3 first Shrek films, are on Disney Plus for some reason. They always forget 4. Why 4? Why forget 4 even though Shrek the Third is the worst? Come on. Anyways, I actually think that Shrek 2 is not the best out of the Shrek films. That honor goes to the original Shrek. I'm not sorry. I think the way the story was handled in Shrek is done infinitely better than Shrek 2 ever will. Don't get me wrong. Shrek 2 is incredible. The cast, the characters are very compelling. Shrek's character arc feels as much relatable, even not more so, for so many people who feel insecure about their relationship and wanting to improve themselves in order to make their significant other happy. Yeah, that really hit home for me. And that's coming from someone who's never had a relationship in his entire life. Though me longing for that sort of stuff, I do worry, and I do feel insecure that I'm not going to be good enough for that significant other from whom she'll ever be in the future. Yeah, it is just done. It's done so well, and I truly understand why so many people endlessly praise this and calls this one of the best DreamWorks films of all time, and the best Shrek film of all time. But I just prefer Shrek 1 and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish even more than this. Again, yeah. And also, a lot of the jokes, you just understand them a lot more as you get older. And that's just the case with so much of the Shrek franchise. Yeah. Overall, I'm not someone who thinks this is a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but I completely understand the tendency for doing so. And this one I watched about 30 minutes ago. Oh, sheep. In this one, 2 farmers are trying to segregate their sheep in order to differentiate their own flock from the other. And in doing so, the sheep kills themselves from just trying to mingle with the other sheep. And in the end, they decided to shave their sheeps in different colors, and they decided that, and they decided that racism was a thing, and they killed each other. This short is on YouTube. Go watch it. It's called Oh Sheep, and it's funny. It's it's just so funny. Yeah. I like the way that the sheep are just mingling with each other, and they're just bouncing along in the beginning. It's very cute. The the music in this is very sweet. I like the simplistic animation, and the voice acting in this is very neat. I just like this. It's funny. It's just a lot of fun, and the way the characters and the sheep are animated is just done so well. What's good, folks? Week two, part two, whatever this is. I'm a week after this. For some reason, I didn't upload a video, but hey, that just means more films to talk about. So more films for you. Anyways, I got a haircut and the lights are off because I was just annoyed by this streak that was happening right in the middle. Anyways, there was one more film that I did watch from the previous week, and that was a short film I found online called The Mighty Hunter. And it's a short film about a bunch of animal heads stuck on plaques that this hunter killed, and he's put them on his wall, and all the hunters were trying to kill this hunter. It was funny, it was interesting, though it was though it was not the best thing I've seen of all time. From what I've seen, from all the reviews I've read on the letterbox from the Mighty Hunter, they were weirded out by the animation. I'm not one of them. I thought it was very fluid, and I liked the way the animals were animated. And I liked the voices that each of the animals were given. It fitted them, especially the elephant, who I'm pretty sure had an Indian accent. I'm not really sure, but you know, it was interesting. The jokes are funny. I like the story, and the animation I liked, but it just felt like nothing really happened in the end. They didn't succeed, which is not really that satisfying. And we had to see the hunter's junk and his bum, like the actual hole. I did not need to see that. We did not need to see that. Yeah, for being a subpar film with a pseudo week ending and some unnecessary stuff, it's fine. I found it interesting. Now time for the final ratings. So for Timber and Death to Happiness, I'd give both of them 7 out of 10s. The Little Mermaid and Shrek 2, I'd give both of them 9s out of 10s. Oh Sheep an 8 out of 10, and The Mighty Hunter a 6 out of 10. That's it for this video. Nothing more to say. This channel was meant to be a third, fourth, or fifth perspective for anyone to think about movies, books, and whatever else. I want to say thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Have a good one.